Hello, and welcome to the Great Debate. A simple question with a complex answer. Many people embarking on their financial journey find themselves standing at a critical crossroads. They ask one fundamental question that seems simple on the surface but has profound implications for their future wealth. Which path is the superior route to financial success? Investing in index funds or picking individual stocks? This question is not just for Wall Street experts, young professional just starting out, or seasoned worker planning for retirement. The answer you choose can significantly shape the trajectory of your financial life, determining whether your path is one of steady, predictable growth or a roller coaster of exhilarating highs and terrifying lows. The allure of picking the next big stock, the one that skyrockets in value and creates overnight millionaires, is a powerful narrative. We hear stories of legendary investors who did just that, and it is easy to believe we might possess the same foresight or luck. On the other side of the spectrum is a much quieter, less glamorous strategy. It does not promise instant riches or thrilling victories. Instead, it offers a slow and steady approach, grounded in the collective power of the entire market. And now, defining the contenders. What are you actually buying? To make a smart decision, we must first understand exactly what we are choosing between. Let's begin by defining our two contenders in the simplest terms possible, stripping away the financial complexity to reveal their core nature. An index fund is best imagined as a large, diversified basket filled with tiny pieces of many different companies. It is not designed to be clever or to outsmart anyone. Its one and only job is to mirror the performance of a specific market index, such as the well-known S&P 500, which represents 500 of the largest companies in the United States. When you buy a share of an S&P 500 index fund, you are essentially buying a small, proportional slice of all 500 of those companies in a single, easy transaction. A single stock, on the other hand, is the complete opposite of a diversified basket. It is a single piece of ownership in just one company. When you purchase a share of, for example, Apple or Tesla, you become a part owner of that specific business. You are placing a concentrated bet on that company's future success, its management team, its products, its ability to compete and innovate within its industry. The value of your investment is tied directly and exclusively to the fortunes of that one enterprise. Moving forward to the ultimate showdown. Comparing key wealth-building factors. When we place index funds and single stocks side by side, we must compare them on the factors that truly matter for long-term wealth creation. Let's start with returns. The dream of stock picking is to find a company that delivers massive returns, far exceeding the market average. While that can happen, decades of data show it's extremely hard to do consistently. Most individual and professional investors fail to beat the market over the long run. Index funds don't try to beat the market. They aim to match it. By accepting the market's average return, index investors often end up ahead of those who try and fail. Next, risk. A single stock concentrates risk on one company. The company could go bankrupt. The CEO could make a disastrous decision. The whole industry could be disrupted. Index funds mitigate that risk through diversification. If one of the 500 S&P companies goes bankrupt, the impact on your total holding is negligible. The theoretical comparison between index funds and single stocks becomes much clearer when we apply it to real-life situations. Different people at different stages of their lives have unique goals. Different people have different time horizons. Different people have different risk tolerances. Let's consider a few common profiles. First, picture the young saver, early 20s, who has just started their first career. Their greatest asset is time. They have decades before they will need the money for retirement. For this individual, the primary goal should be to start saving consistently and to harness the power of compound growth. An index fund is the perfect tool for this. It allows them to gain broad market exposure. It helps benefit from long-term economic growth, and to build a solid, diversified foundation without becoming a stock market expert. Now, the busy working professional, 30s or 40s, they might be juggling a demanding career, family responsibilities, and a mortgage. Their income is higher, but their free time is incredibly scarce. Spending evenings and weekends poring over earnings reports is impractical. For the busy worker, the simplicity and efficiency of index funds are a massive advantage. They can set up automatic, recurring investments into a low-cost index fund, and then get back to focusing on their career and family. Step 1. Define goal. Step 2. Build core. Index funds. Step 3. Add satellites. Optional. Knowing the difference between index funds and stocks is one thing. Putting that knowledge into action is what actually builds wealth. The good news is that creating a sound investment plan does not need to be complicated. You can begin your journey with a few simple, straightforward steps. The first and most important step is to clearly define your goals. Why are you investing in the first place? Are you saving for a down payment on a house in 5 years? For your children's education in 15 years? Or for your own retirement in 30 years? Your goal and your time horizon will determine your entire strategy. So take the time to write it down and be specific about what you want to achieve and when. Once you have a clear goal, the second step is to build the core of your portfolio. For the vast majority of people, this core should be built with low-cost, broad market index funds. This is the foundation of your financial house. By allocating the bulk of your investment capital, perhaps 90% or even more, to index funds, you ensure that your wealth is growing in line with the overall economy. This approach is proven, reliable, and requires very little ongoing maintenance. You are essentially hiring the entirety of the market to work for you, and you are doing so at an exceptionally low cost. This is the single most effective step you can take to secure your financial future. The third step is optional and should be approached with caution. If, and only if, you have a genuine interest in stock picking and have educated yourself on the risks, you can consider adding a small active component to your portfolio. For most people, the smartest path is clear. Build a strong, diversified core with index funds.